Hi, West Michigan. Tom Anderson here. I'm at a location I didn't even know it existed. I had to drive around to find it. And that's because it used to be called Volunteer Muskegon, but now it's called, I have to read it, Volunteer Center of West Michigan. And I'm with, are you the executive director?
No, I am the program director
Okay.
for Citizens Corps, which is a Homeland Security initiative.
Is it a portion of then the Volunteer Center?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
We're one portion.
And
of
you
this.
are?
My name is Ronna Colbert, and I've been here going on 7 years now. Started out as a VISTA, that's a Volunteer in Service to America.
Okay.
It's like an AmeriCorps. Served practically all my 3 years here in the Homeland Security Initiative, and just kind of started out where I was looking for something to do when my kids had grown up, and I really wanted to make a difference in doing something. So, and I went back to school to get my bachelor's degree. And while I was doing that, I noticed that they had this ad in the paper. And so I answered it. And I came in and I interviewed and got the position. And when they said I was doing Homeland Security, I said, "What the heck is that?"
Oh, so I don't have to ask you that.
No,
But if I do, you have the answer.
I had no clue. And the first, I think, week prior to my joining, Martha Bottomley, the former executive director who has retired, took me over to a disaster drill over at Central United Methodist Church. And they were partnering with Red Cross and Reese Puffer Schools and emergency services. She introduced me to Dan Stout, the emergency manager. She walked me into the mobile command unit and shut the door and said, "This is who you'll be working with," basically. And I just kind of, what do I do? And so Dan, being as gracious as he is and stuff, he has been one of the biggest supporters of the group of volunteers ever since it started. So, and when a position came open here, after just shortly before my VISTA term was up, I applied and got that. So.
Now you have to answer me a question though.
Okay.
What does Homeland Security have to do with a little community as safe and perfect as we are of Muskegon area?
It's volunteers giving back with all different types of initiatives to help make your community safer.
Okay, so you're basically, you're preventative medicine more than anything else.
Exactly.
In case you're all ready to go in case something happens.
Absolutely. Well, we hope we are.
Hope you are. Well,
Yes.
you're more prepared than not having an organization like this whatsoever.
Exactly. Yes.
Now, can you give me any examples of types of things that you are concerned about happening in this area?
There's a lot of things that one of the biggest fears is, or threats, is pandemic flu, is sickness.
Okay.
And in 2009, the volunteers from the Medical Reserve Corps, which is a part of Homeland Security, they gave back to the community. I got it right here.
Those are called cheat notes. You're welcome to use them.
Okay, and I'm cheating. They gave back 80,000 571 hours to this community doing immunizations. We were one of the highest in the state.
Great.
And that in turn saved the community $380,000, $380,517 to the community that they had given back.
By not having the cost to it, or saving downtime for illnesses, or how does that?
By giving the immunizations themselves.
Okay.
Public health did not have the staff to do it.
Okay.
We
That's
work, the Medical Reserve Corps works very, very closely with public health. And we are also working on plans with public health and emergency management to be able to dispense pharmaceuticals should anything like that happen. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have dentists, we have vets, we have pharmacists.
Now, are these all volunteer available out there in case of an
Yes.
epidemic or a crisis in any one of those areas? Then?
Yes,
And they're all familiar with what they have to do, how they can help?
correct. Yeah,
And you're the ones that make the calls to them?
yes.
Okay, well, I just heard the other day on TV how somebody was attending a sports event that has infected with measles, and now they're concerned about all the people around them that were there could be infected by it, and that's a scary issue in today's
That's a
world.
very scary issue.
When I grew up, measles was just a common thing for every youngster, and you lived with it. You
I know.
expected it, but today it's almost non-existent,
Exactly.
and the human bodies just aren't used to it anymore, so they don't have the immunization themselves. So that's where you can step in and anything like that then and help out.
Yes. And a year prior to that, there was a Shigella outbreak. And Shigella is, I call it the naughty little intestinal bug that created a lot of vomiting and diarrhea and was running rampant. And they had an epidemic of it through the elementary schools.
Okay.
So our Medical Reserve Corps volunteers and other volunteers got together and went into all the schools and did hand washing sanitation for the children. And it was amazing how many schools and stuff did not have things like soap in the bathrooms and different things like that. And many of the teachers, would bring the soap themselves in or hot water.
Oh my goodness.
So that was very, very common.
Of course, you have to teach your kids how to wash them too, don't you? Wash
Yes,
your hands?
yes.
Because I heard once that you have to sing the song Happy Birthday while you
Or
wash your
Yankee
hands.
Doodle Dandy or
Or
something like
you have to go
that.
through the whole thing while you're washing your hands
Yes.
in order to spend enough time in order to make sure you get your hands clean enough
Yes.
so you don't pass anything on.
Yeah,
Or you don't catch anything that you're carrying from somebody else.
that is true.
Well, see, I know something about it.
See, you do. Yes, you do.
Well, what else in Homeland Security would there be? This sounds more like just a health issue. Are there other issues that you handle? Or?
There's, we have what's called Community Emergency Response Teams, or CERT, and just completed a 20-hour course with students at the Career Tech Center and through their public safety program.
Okay.
And that was utilizing different fire department people and different people that have been trained in CERT to come in and help do the training.
So basically, those out there, those students are learning a lot for their own personal needs too, let alone they can be beneficial
Yes.
to others.
Well, gone are the days when people don't know each other like they used to.
Not unless they text.
Yeah. They don't,
You're right. No
They're-
social bonding.
there's very little. You don't go over and ask a neighbor for a cup of sugar anymore. You don't know who your neighbors are.
Correct.
And with CERT, it kind of teaches them how to be the eyes and ears for first responders and what to do before the responders arrive and how to hand off to the responders once they do arrive information that is critical from their neighborhood that they see that can help the first responders do their job much more effectively.
Okay.
So,
And now it's just all neighborhoods that that would you be encompassing then? You're trying to reach. So it's encompassing for this neighborhood and the south side and neighborhood over here. You're getting people that are involved in each neighborhood that directly relate to that neighborhood if something's happening.
We are trying. We are reaching
Trying.
out.
Okay.
That is a little slow in coming. We've been on CERT for 5 years now.
Okay.
And we've actually had, I think the last count, we've had over 400 people trained in
Excellent.
CERT awareness.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break right now, Ron, and we're going
Okay.
to be coming back in just a minute. So, spectators, come on back. You got more to learn as I have. Thanks for watching.